Hello, welcome to another Commander deck flip through. So we're up to Commander 2019 now. So this is the first of 4 decks that were released that particular year. And this deck is the Faceless Menace deck. So as always, we'll go through, look at the commander, then the 2 alternates, and then work through roughly in rarity order. So the other thing is you'll notice is both of the commander and the alternates, they're foil. And this is a black, green, blue deck. Oh, it's a morph theme, I believe. Oops. Yeah, these are a little bit curvy, unfortunately. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the other legendaries in the deck. So these are ones that sort of helped you facilitate building other decks in different colour combinations outside of the strategy of this deck. There's also a Planeswalker in here, Vraska, and that's it really. So let's get on with the rest of the stuff. Yeah, it's always a bit hit and miss, wasn't it? Like some decks had a whole load of legendary creatures that you could then use to facilitate your deck building creativity in different avenues, and some, yeah, like this one, you have one outside of the the 3 commanders and alternates, I suppose. But lots of other creatures with cool artwork, so all is not lost. Do you think Sponge Tribal could be a thing one day? Not sure. Don't know what the sponge count is like in Magic the Gathering. I suppose you could, beef up your sponges with shapeshifters. That might be an alternative. I suppose you could run Morathon, go 5 colour sponge. Oh, there we go. I've got to pause for the elemental. I mean, that's always quite fun, I think, 5 colour elemental with, what is it, Horde of Notions, I think, as your commander. So moving on to the high rarity non-creatures. I'm trying to think if I've ever attempted a morph deck on Commander Fodder or not. Good old overwhelming stampede. I will include a link to the original unboxing for this, so those of you that are interested a little bit more in the functionality of the deck rather than the artwork can see it in all its glory. Because at this point I was doing deck unboxings for everything, so it's funny, I come across the odd one where I just realise I never opened it on camera. It doesn't happen very often, like the really early Commander product and one or two other decks. That's the case, but not with this stuff. It was Thespian Stage. So we've got a number of high rarity non-basics here. And again, you know, with Commander products generally, some fared better than others. Some had quite a lot of higher rarity lands in them, like this deck certainly did very well, and others pretty much none at all. It'd be interesting to see as a whole with this particular set of 4 decks, you know, what the state is in terms of the high rarity lands, if it was a thing across all the decks or just in this one. The other thing that was always interesting with these Commander products was, of course, they printed new stuff in the decks. There are a number of cards that were, you know, exclusive to the decks, new to Magic, but then could only be played in Eternal formats. But what you would often find is, as a result, there would be cards in this product in a particular year which might be totally broken in Eternal formats. We have a Putrefy. Yeah, we're seeing the odd green-blue card here as well. Onto our Soul Ring. And now we're down to our common spells. So first up we've got our creatures. Some of these just have, you know, useful utility, some specifically morph. But again, if you're curious, then yeah, check out the original unboxing for that. I think I made a slight mistake there. That's actually an uncommon card, so in amongst the commons, but yeah, instant. And now we move on to our lower rarity non-basics. So I just group the commons and uncommons together here. So again, several of the usual suspects by now. I think, you know, if you've been watching these and you're familiar with the Commander product, you usually find that at the lower rarity over time, a lot of the same sort of non-basics came up. and particularly things like in multicolour decks, you know, the original Ravnica bounce lands. And we're in a 3-colour deck, so we've got the appropriate tricolour land there. And some utility land. The ever-present command tower. And then you're going to see some 2-colour stuff here probably. So there's our guild gates. Just a regular tap land there. A life land here. Another life land. Often they won't include all of them, you know, the on-colour stuff they could include for a particular colour. Just different from deck to deck with these, whether they do that or not. Both an Evolving Wilds and a Terramorphic Expanse. And now the best bit. Let's have a look at our basic lands and just count off the number of different. So we've got 2 of that particular artwork. 1 of the next one. So that's just our swamps. So we're in 3 colours here. So a couple of, okay, looks like we've got 3 of the, 4. Wow. Okay, so 4 of one type of artwork, forests, and the other type. Interesting what they've done here. Did I make a mistake? We'll see in a moment. So it looks like for that, yeah, for the forest there was just 2 pieces of artwork. So yeah, so 2. Oh yes, that's. I remember when I was sorting these. This is where they started getting stingy. I don't know if this was the case in all the decks. So only 2 pieces of artwork. Yeah. Now, of course, that might be because some of these decks didn't have an awful lot of a particular colour in them, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so only a couple of pieces of artwork. Now we move on to the ever-present tokens. So let's see what we've got here. We've got plant and a snake. Pretty cool. It's funny how sometimes they choose to do almost like full art and other times they don't. So then we've got a morph token, so plant and morph. Oh, something must be spitting out assassins in here. So assassins and morphs. And a morph. Oh. Assassin and another morph. Good old saplings. And a morph. And a manifest. Sapling and manifest. Sapling and a, yeah, with all these manifests, yeah, sapling and manifest with these 1/1 tokens. I know this deck doesn't have it, I don't think, but it's always nice to something to have a skull clamp target. So there we have it. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future episode.